Here's another tip from David Farrell, the old fat guy. Today we're going to talk about the different terms for how to cook food. Some of them overlap and some of them are confusing, so let's just have a quick run through some of the most common terms. There's baking. Baking is applying usually medium heat to make bread or cookies or something like that. Then there's roasting, which is almost exactly the same. You put something in an oven, temperature coming from the bottom, the same as in baking, but it's at higher heat, which browns the surface of meats. Then there's frying. Now, frying is a term that covers so many different things. You can fry in a pan. You can fry on a flat cooktop like they do in burger joints. You can fry in shallow fat so that it's halfway up the food. You can deep fat fry. Take food, put it in a basket, and drop it in hot fat. Those are all methods of frying. And then there's sautéing, which can be done on a flat top or in a pan, and it's usually done when you chop up vegetables or whatever, or you can say you're sautéing a steak, but it's almost identical to pan or cooktop cooking. Then there's grilling. Now, grilling used to mean any time you put it on a hot surface, but it's become to mean that you are usually taking something and putting it on a barbecue grill or a flame grill, and that's usually referred to as grilling in current vernacular. There's broiling. Broiling is when you put something under heat from above to brown or cook it. It's high heat above what you're cooking. Steaming involves taking your food and putting it on a rack, not in water but over it, so that the steam coming off of boiling water is what cooks it. Then there's poaching. Now that's when you take water to simmer and you put things in the water to cook, like poaching an egg. You can also poach chicken if you don't want to get any browning on it for the particular recipe you're using. Then there's braising. Braising usually involves taking a large piece of meat, browning it up, and then putting it in liquid that doesn't completely cover the meat, but the steam and the liquid cooks the meat and makes it more tender. Not to be confused with stewing. Stewing is very similar, but it's usually smaller pieces of food or meat that you brown up and then put totally immersed in water and cook until it's tender. And then last, as you'll know from my videos, one of my favorite, which is smoking, which is cooking at low temperatures with smoke introduced. Those are some of the major methods of cooking, and another tip from me, David Farrell, the old fat guy.